Hi, I'm Jess Dziob, Business Development Manager at Phase Zero Design. Today we're excited to discuss some of our firm updates as well as some current happenings in the field of healthcare design. To do so, I'm going to be sitting down outside with Ron Goodin, our healthcare principal here at PZD. Let's go. Good morning, Ron. Thank you for joining
Good
us.
morning. Happy to be here.
So, jumping right in,
Yes.
how would you describe the current state of healthcare specifically as it applies to design?
Well, just like everything, it's been a little bit up in arms over the past, 12 to 15 months with everything going on. Design in general has, I think, kind of taken a little bit of a leap finally. Telehealth that had been on the horizon for years and years and years and years has actually kind of jumped to the forefront. We've always talked about being adaptable, and that's typically been to adjust for technology and the like. But now we're actually adapting. Everybody uses that word pivot. So that's kind of the exciting part about design these days, where you kind of don't know what's coming down the corner, but you're prepping for it as quick as you can and being ready to help those staff members, most importantly, be ready for their patients coming in. So just keeping an open mind, and like our mantra says, it's all about them, all about you, but it's them to us, and we want to be ready for what's coming down and be able to give them the best possible space for them to treat their patients.
Fantastic. What are some of the biggest healthcare design challenges?
Like anything, change is hard, and being ready for change is even harder. Be ready for what you don't know. You don't know what's coming, so you have to be ready for it, and that inherently is difficult. So, telehealth that was happening in an old exam room because they weren't using them. Now those patients are starting to come back, and so you actually have to prepare and create new spaces for the telehealth, because they're not going to be doing it from their home or from their car, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. No, makes sense. Can you share with us some of the recent successes that PZD has helped realize for our healthcare clients?
We have a partner at Bristol Hospital that we've been doing quite a few projects with lately, and phase one of the emergency department project that we did over there was for the behavioral health suite. But the team worked together, which was just amazing, between the user group, the architects, the engineers, the contractors, and the owners team. Other projects include a hybrid OR project that just finished up. We do a little, I do a little Friday blurb for the office and call it the Zen Moments of PZD, which is pretty cool. And it's just going into the weekend with happy thoughts in your brain. And last Friday, I posted that the first surgery was happening in that OR, and it was an open heart surgery. And it's kind of the backbone of the reason of why I really enjoy healthcare architecture, that I know it's affecting people in a positive way. They were having their first open heart surgery there on Friday, and I know over the weekend that someone is having a better life because of a room that our team worked on, and it's just a really, really cool feeling.
That's amazing. A lot of people don't really put together the work that goes into, even the beginning design phases of something like a hybrid OR.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. Someone's life is significantly better because of that. That's
I'm
great.
sure they're going to have a fun recovery and everything like that, but just think of what would have happened if they didn't have that surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel good about that kind of stuff.
That's awesome. How has healthcare helped inform other industries design-wise over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic?
So healthcare has always had the above and beyond. There's codes that we have to deal with in general for architecture, stairs, fire ratings, all that kind of stuff. But healthcare goes above and beyond and has something called the Facility Guidelines, FGI, which is an additional code that relates to air changes and specialty lighting and other things that are required above and beyond normal architecture for healthcare architecture. And so, for instance, there have to be a certain number of air changes in an operating room because you want it really clean, obviously. And that, I think, knowledge and foresight has started to inform, educational design and corporate design and all those other market types that don't necessarily worry about having really, really clean space, as it were. in the past, but I think those vendors and those suppliers have already started taking their product and adapting it to other industries now, so that they have the ability to kind of keep that air clean, especially as we're coming back into the offices. And you know, we're starting to populate our offices with more and more people. And so all that technology that has been used in the past in healthcare is now transitioning to kind of the rest of the world, which is great.
So with that, what are some lasting considerations that have been made or adapted throughout the pandemic?
You know, we briefly spoke about it earlier, the telehealth and just allowing folks to be able to stay home. But I think we're learning that we are still better together in a lot of respects. So I think the technology to make that better together between telehealth and, you know, our healthcare group, we speak every Monday morning, and it's really not necessarily even about what's going on for the week, what projects, what deadlines we have, but really just mentally connecting. And I think design should help you mentally connect to your staff, to your, in our case, patients, but in other cases, your visitors or your students or whatever market you might be in, to better connect to the outside world and not just be this cocoon. And so I think design needs to strive to make that experience better and more efficient and more enjoyable. You know, people want to go places where they connect and where they enjoy being. You know, it's why you create friends. It's why you create working pods, and why you go out on you know, golf leagues and that kind of stuff, because you enjoy being with those people, right? And so you need to enjoy being with in your space and know that it's efficient for your use and that it's going to properly interact with your user group.